Paul?
Frank, that's a hell of a difficult afternoon, isn't it, for you and the club?
Yeah. Poor performance, poor result. Very clear. Not good enough for Everton, no.
And scenes at the end there, can you talk us through what happened?
Well, I think firstly the fans have a right to be disappointed. They've come down here twice this week and seen poor performances. And before that we've been going okay, and then they see performances that they don't like. So when we're pleased that they're happy after Palace, when we're pleased that they give us a welcome, we have to understand that they can voice their opinion, and their opinions are right today. So I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding. Alex had some friends that he was concerned about that were sort of at the front of the fans. There's nothing in that, and the players just have to accept that the fans have a right to voice their opinions. And again, they were right today.
The shirt that came out, was the shirt thrown?
I didn't see all that bit.
You were sort of comforting almost.
No, I wasn't comforting anybody. I think what was important today that the players go over to the fans, because they travelled down. They have to all go over, and the players, albeit the performance wasn't good enough, they're not bad lads. You know, they're disappointed, and there's things we need to speak about on the footballing level. But they're not bad lads. So I wasn't comforting anybody. It was just a case of going over and then coming back off.
When you went over there, did you go over there with the intention of speaking to yourselves, or did you do it in reaction to what you were seeing in front of you?
To speak to who?
The fans?
No. It's not a moment to speak to the fans. Listen, it's not a nice moment. You have to, but sometimes you have to suck it up in terms of be humble about the fact that the performance wasn't good enough. So you have to go over, and it's not a moment to clap and cheer, whatever. We get that. We have those moments at other times. It's a moment to go over and show. Certainly appreciation is not the word, but the fact that they're there and it wasn't good enough. Every footballer's been through those moments. I've been there many a time, and it's just important that the players went over. And I think the rest was just pure emotion, which is, I think, understandable at the same time.
Yeah. What did you think went wrong today?
Well, the performance was poor. It was below par, and in the Premier League you get beaten for that. A mistake for the first goal. The referee should disallow the second one. It shouldn't stand. You've got to stop the game. We got told this against Palace a few weeks ago. A defender goes down with a head injury. The game stops whilst the ball's in the box. So the referee got that one wrong. But it's not one to hang on, because our reaction after that wasn't right. But it is difficult coming back in an away game at 2-0 down. It gives the fans and the opposition a lot of impetus. But on our part, it wasn't enough.
Was there a reason you waited so long to bring Gordon on? It was 3-0.
Yeah, he's broken his hand. So at the minute he's carrying a bit of an injury. He played here on Tuesday with a broken hand, carrying it a little bit. It came off early, so he's not in prime condition to probably have come on and affected it. If he would have been, maybe he'd have come on earlier.
When did you make the decision not to send him to pick up?
I haven't really hung on it too much. I saw it briefly. I thought it may be a red. I haven't gone back to it.
Did you have any concerns over the intensity today? You decided maybe out forwards despite being such an important game.
Yeah, completely. Because this is the Premier League, and if you're not going to have intensity in your game, we've shown games when we've had it. We had it last week against Leicester. We had it against Palace. Generally, it aligns itself to better results, and if you drop it, then that's not enough. And that one is on the players. And I know I have to sit here and take responsibility, but there's not a moment where I ask for less intensity. It's actually the opposite. So the players didn't deliver that today.
How would you reconcile that with Palace? It was only last month, wasn't it? I mean, they played through the thirds emphatically and created chances, took the chances. He wants it more than Palace. Connor just said they wanted it more today.
Yeah, it's a lack of consistency in simple terms, and I think some of that, unfortunately, is a bit the norm. Palace lost 3-0 since then. They've gone and amassed a few points. Teams around our area get that, but we can't look at anyone else other than ourselves. And for me, that's always the same of training consistently at a high level, even when you've won a game and you think you might be on top of the world for a minute. So if any player wants to come off a little bit, or get an idea that everything's fine, this Premier League will kick you. And it's kicked us since that game. We drew at Fulham. I thought we played all right at Leicester. We could win that game in different circumstances or not lose. But these two games are not good enough.
I mean, your wide players you started with today, I think one accurate cross from all of them. It's not good enough from them, is it? I mean, I know we weren't necessarily playing towards the target man that way, but when you were putting cross into the box and they were over here too.
Yeah, it was a day. It was a day like that, and it's not. Damari came on and really freshened up the game the other day, and then today, when you're trying to get in those areas and cross it, it wasn't. We weren't on point today, and nothing was really on point. I can't stand here and say anything else other than when we got in crossing positions, you had the feeling with their level, their quality today, and their energy that when they were getting those areas, they would deliver the clinical moments to get a goal. With us, you didn't have that feeling today.
Are we having a Mondays at all? Are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just do three extra questions for the Mondays in here, please.
Right, when we've had a performance like this, there's another one just around the corner, and the manager's saying, "I'll get out of our system and get another game." You've got this break now. How tough is that to have this break, because you have to contemplate that performance?
Maybe it's not tough in a sense of the old adage of, you know, next game was a few days ago, we can put it right. But at the same time, this is a long season that we're 15 games into. So I think taking stock's not the worst for all of us and the players to come away from it for a bit. The disappointment of where we could have been in the league off these 3 points, and that is there. That's clear. Like, that would have been really nice to go off on a positive note. But at the same time, we've got a lot more games to think about. So maybe some time for some players to start making a case for playing better, for getting in the team, all these things. I'm not against the fact that the natural break is here now. We have to deal with it in the right way.
Yeah. It would be tough on you having to have that distance now.
No, I think when you have this, when you do this job, like, you have to be ready for everything. You know, a good win that gives you a good feeling. Maybe you go out for dinner and you're happier. A loss that doesn't, you stay indoors. Like, those things happen a lot. The main thing is how you get back on the horse and how you start working again and doing the right thing. So, just the fact of not having a tight turnaround is not the worst thing. It's a good moment to reflect on what's been good, what's been not so good, and where we want to get to and how we're going to get there. And so we'll maybe a good chance to get a bit more clarity on some of those points as well.
The last thing you want is get sucked back into relegation fight like that.
Well, what's the reality of football? You have to work hard to try and get a step, and we were in that for a reason last year. And in one transfer window where we lost a big player for us, is maybe not going to put us in position. We go, it's all fine now. The Premier League doesn't work that way, so we have to keep working in the meantime to get results. The fact that we're in a relegation battle, I think everyone put us in a relegation battle. It's all I read pre-season. It was like, yeah, Chelsea, Everton are in this battle. I was favourite to be sacked. 5 managers have gone. But that's the nature of the beast of what we work in. So what we have to do is keep our heads down and keep working and try and show reasons where we can amass points, because the picture changes quickly. 2 weeks ago we're sitting there, people are talking about top half of the table. Now people are looking downwards. So I'm the first one that's got to stay pretty stable in that, I'd say.
Yeah, I suppose it goes up and down very quickly, and then, like with Pickford, it's kind of the same. Obviously the mistake for the first goal is kind of, you know, it's part of the roller coaster in a way.
Yeah, Jordan's an amazing goalkeeper, and he's made incredible saves for us since I've been here and before, and he's the reason why I trust him so much and why Gareth trusts him so much. I put no focus on that today. It was part of the game today, yeah, for sure, but it has no bearing on me on anything going forward.
Thanks.
Thanks all. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.